and big in your mind. All right. Perfect. All right, cool. Straight into it. Let's go. We got lots of things to do. Election is coming up.
And you know how we never talk about politics?
I mean, never. By never, you mean almost once an episode?
Yeah, actually, that's true.
Yeah, but like, I think we're both on the same wavelength of it's nothing really affects us that much at this point.
I think. Yeah.
Like, there was literally one election where I was like, hey, who gives me the best internet? I'm going to vote for them. I don't remember who I voted for. No.
That would have been Labor, I think.
Yeah, and it was the internet, the National Broadband Network was royally screwed.
What was it, Kevin or Julia?
Oh, God, I don't know, me.
Actually, no, I don't think we got to vote for Julia.
No, she was, she got the boo. No, she got, no, we didn't get to vote for Julia because she got,
She got... No,
she got axed.
She did the deed. People might not know what we're
Yeah, that
talking
doesn't mean have sex.
about. Okay, so maybe some context here. In Australia, basically anybody can like... If like a party that's in power gets sick of the like prime minister,
They can just axe him.
they can just go like, oh, they can challenge him for the leadership, and then they can become the prime minister.
It's a trial of combat. I mean, I would actually no.
That would be sweet.
No, it wouldn't. It'd just be two old dudes that have never punched anyone in their
Actually, yeah,
life.
and Tony Abbott would be prime minister forever because he's by far the most athletic guy on that side of the chamber.
Is he? Yeah, he is.
Come on, out of the Liberal Party.
Yeah, I mean, you could. I don't know any Liberal Party members. But
Now, if you had to
I
fight,
assume there's a big fat guy.
if you had to fight, if you had to fight Labor, I reckon.
Sorry, also I am still sick. Just FYI, my bad.
If you had to fight Labor, which is the other of the two parties that you pretty much get to choose from.
Well, we get the green one as well. The Greens.
Yeah, so if he fights the Red Party,
That just makes them sound like communists.
well, yeah, it does. But anyway, if he fights Labor, they've got that Albanese guy,
I don't know who that. Oh, Andrew Albanese? No,
Anthony,
Anthony Albanese. I don't know.
and he's like tall and Italian, and he's got reach, and he's Italian, which is the important part. So
Oh, are we talking like hand to hand? I thought it would be like one of those bits where it's like they get to like pick a weapon off the wall to take into the ring, and like you get the net and the trident and the
yeah, I reckon Albanese would know how to use a net. Like
Yeah.
he'd be fierce with a net.
Well, the whole thing with the net was you throw it at them and they get caught in it, and then you just push them over and stab them in the neck. It's literally the first like crowd control effect that wasn't in a video game. Like, you know,
I'd say that's a good point.
you know
yeah.
how there's like in games there's like stun, snare, sleep, fear.
This is like real life snare effect.
Yeah, this is real life snare.
Entangle.
I mean, I don't know. I think it'd be cool. Like they just like move all the chairs out of because the House of Reps and the Senate already have the same, like a similar shape as a Coliseum.
And they can actually fit both of the houses of government in the same room.
Really?
Yeah, because when the president visits, they always have like a joint session.
Oh,
And I mean like a joint
come on,
session.
have a joint session.
No, but they have
Terrible accent.
they bundle everybody in, and like when one person usually sits, they put the senator and the rep
Yeah,
next to
because
each
the
other.
chairs correspond with each room, don't they?
I don't think so, but I
Oh,
also
no, they don't, because you can get a
'cause there's
majority.
less, yeah. There's 75 in the Senate and 150 in the House of Reps, I think.
Yeah.
And there's also those extra seats that are for like there's a bunch of extra non-voting seats that are for Aboriginals or something like that,
Oh,
like Aboriginal elders or something.
oh, really? That's cool.
But they don't vote, so
Oh, so they just get to hang out.
yeah, I think they actually like they're up the back. They're like in the spectator gallery or something like that.
You can watch while your native country gets screwed by old white men.
Oh, and some old white women, but like 3 tops.
And one Asian female lesbian.
Yeah, but so she makes up for all the other lack of diversity because that's so much in one
Yeah,
spot, you know.
I'm going to relate this back
Concentration.
to the game. You know how you're right. You know how you never really played Pokemon, did you?
No, not really.
Okay, so quick one. So there's TMs and HMs, and TMs were one use, and then HM. So it's a technical move and then a something move. Don't ask me what HM is. But HM is like fly, cut, surf. So it lets you move. You can use it outside of battle as a utility.
Right.
And so you'd have HM slaves, which was just one Pokemon. You'd teach as many those moves as you could to it. So my HM slave was Fearow because it had fly, cut, and strength, I think it was. So it could use all 3 of those outside of battle. So rather than my who do I usually use? Like my Machoke having to have one of his moves is strength. I can have 4 fighting type moves, and then my Fearow just be like, whatever, you do your thing. So it's like that. So Penny Wong it's like, it's okay. We don't need to hire any more ethnicities or sexualities or women because we have Penny Wong. She fits all the bill for all of them.
No, that's the thing. It's efficient. it's like you just go like, all right, how much diversity can we put into one person?
She's the diversity slut. Okay, maybe not.
Yeah, don't. It's like I said concentration before and I felt wrong. So.
What?
Because we were concentrating the diversity in one spot, and I was like, oh.
But if it's concentrated, it's not diverse. I mean, if no, that's disperse. I don't know. Point is, we got something planned for this episode, which is pointing on.
I'm still not 100% clear, but I think we're just talking about.
Yeah, I'm just going to pull up a member of Parliament, and then we're just going to have a chat and funny stuff about him.
Yeah.
Cool. Also, next week, probably around the same time as now, which is probably 3, 4, 5, 6 o'clock-ish, we're going to be going live. It's going to be on Twitch, and I'll put something on Facebook about it.
And if it's not on Twitch, it'll be on Facebook. But it should be on Twitch. Right.
Yeah, I don't know how, because we're using the program, I don't know how to put it to Facebook. I can figure it out. But, yeah, stay tuned. Or tune in then. I guess
you can stay.
Oh, you haven't been on this whole time.
You can stay tuned, or now you can stay tuned, or you can tune in whenever you like, and you can tune and then intermittently untune and then retune again.
Just as long as you don't tune out permanently, you're fine. Good, done.
And what's the LSD thing? Turn on, tune in, cop out. No, it was something else.
Turn in, tune out, jack off. I don't know.
Yeah.
What's that?
Hit me.
Who's first on the list? Well, it's the next Prime Minister, Bill Shorten.
You're probably right, but this is going to be a weird election.
No, this is gonna come down to the wire.
This is going to be like minority parties. I reckon it's going to when they have to bargain with the crossbenchers.
Oh yeah,
and I'm 90% sure it's going to be either the crossbench is going to be either Clive Palmer or Pauline Hanson's party.
100% will be, because that's why there's such a focus on them. This the news has been hey, they've actually been interviewing Clive Palmer and stuff, and I mean
not just Kyle and Jackie O anymore, actual news sources.
Yeah, actual news. I don't know. I think if Bill Shorten does get in, I reckon he'll get axed pretty quickly.
I give him 8 months.
8 months.
But I reckon they probably got an arrangement where they'll be like, look, you run it for 8 months, you do something good so it looks like you did something, and then you resign for family reasons. and then we put the
Yeah.
popular person there, which I reckon will be Jason Clare.
What the hell is that? Oh, I'm just kidding. Why would it be Jason Clare, Michael?
Well, so the Labor Party.
Can you
has-
please stick to the script? Jeez, I gave you the print off that script at work. Like, what was his name? Jason Clare.
Jason Clare, yeah, like Clare.
Clark?
Like Clark, but with an E at the end. And no K.
Oh, Jason Clare, wife.
Anyway,
Yeah, go.
so basic deal with the Labor Party, which is like our sort of centre left wing party, but they're confused because they've got a strong like union presence, and tradies tend to be more conservative. So it's a weird thing where it's a kind of a right wing party, but kind of a left wing party. Anyway,
Which is good. You get your spread.
gotta have a bit of right with the left. Anyway, they have two factions. They got the left wing faction called Labor Left, and then they've got the right wing faction which is called Labor Unity, because they don't want to say right. And Labor Unity is the one that really calls the shots, because there's more of them. So
Yeah.
when
So it's the same way. This is news to me. So there's two parties in one.
sort of, but they all agree, like, stand up for the working man and all that. Like, theoretically stand up for the working man. They don't necessarily always do that.
Yeah, no.
Anyway, the point is, part of the deal is the leader generally can't be from Labor Left. Like, they can
okay.
run for leader, but they'll never get the votes.
Okay.
So usually what they end up doing is they make a Labor Unity guy is the leader, and Labor Left person is the deputy.
Okay. So it's like liberals. How there's liberals, and then
The deputy is a
Nationals.
national.
okay.
Yeah. Yeah, it's weird, but so that's why, like, Anthony Albanese will never be prime minister unless it's the
You said his name before, but I have no idea who he is.
he's the Italian guy that talks like this. No,
Okay, so Italian does narrow it down, but talks like this doesn't narrow
yeah,
it
that's
down.
like
to politicians.
90% of our politicians. Anyway, the point is, he's like a lot of like left wing Labor guys really want him to take over, and he just won't be unless the entire party gets stacked with Labor left people and they take over. Anyway,
No.
that's kind of boring. But
I mean, it's we're learning.
yeah, Jason Clare, he's a Labor right guy. Sorry, Labor Unity. And he has basically, he's generically good looking, well spoken, not 100% boring, maybe like 60% boring. And
Do you want to ring him now? See if we can get him on the show. Because
mean,
I've looked him up, and he's just there. He is, and I'm just
yeah, he was a minister for a while, I think. So he's like
he's shadow minister for trade and investment.
yeah. So he'd be how cool does being on the shadow ministry sound though?
Yeah, I know, on the shadow.
That sounds
council.
way cooler.
Yeah, it's like okay, so a bit off topic, but at work, right? So when we do all our paperwork, it gets stored at a place, and it used to be called Iron Mountain.
What?
It's now just like
It sounds like Game of Thrones or something.
I know, but now it's just like Maxi Data or something. Like, I don't know what it's called, but yeah, it used to be called Iron Mountain. So, and that's not how it's like.
Is it actually? Is there actually a mountain there, or is it just what
No,
they call
it's
it?
just called Iron Mountain.
They should. Why did they change it?
It's
That's
the
badass.
I don't know. Like, I mean, I could look it up, but I'm not bothered. It's not like how it's like, oh, our head office is in Parramatta. It's not like, so you wouldn't be like, oh, I just got to call Parramatta. Be like, I got to Iron Mountain is the name. Was the name of the company.
Man, you'd be like, take him to Iron Mountain
You will be imprisoned at Iron Mountain
with the rest of the servers.
for ages upon ages. And then he breaks
yeah.
out Iron Mountain.
We didn't actually talk about Bill Shorten.
Bill Shorten. Oh,
So yeah, what is there to say about him? He's a little bit robotic, which like maybe he's trying to go for the robot vote
I mean,
because there's AIs now, right?
yeah, it's no longer lizards, it's AIs.
So he's trying to get like the deep learning vote by acting like a robot.
He
Which
really
I respect that. It's smart politics.
he's really appealing to those neural net processes.
Exactly. And what else? He's mostly forehead.
I mean,
that's just
it
male
is.
pattern baldness, but
100%.
but it's like it hasn't become like there's sort of that like distinguished elderly dude bald where you've got like the crown of hair around your head and then the rest is bald.
I mean,
John Howard bald.
Oh, that's just like a fryer cut.
Yeah.
Except with the bit at the front.
See, because he could probably work that. Actually, I don't
no,
he's
there's a young. I'm just like looking at young photos of Bill Shorten.
yeah.
He's
kind of a funny looking dude.
Just because he's mostly forehead, but he has been mostly forehead for a fair while.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
Like more forehead than Bob Hawke.
Yeah, but
Balding Bob Hawke.
Yeah, standing next to Bob Hawke.
Is he still around?
Bob Hawke.
Yeah. He's a loose unit.
No, I think he's on my list.
He was, yeah. Yeah.
Hold on, I'm just gonna check if he's dead. Is Bob Hawke dead? Was he? I don't know.
Because he'd be getting old, because he was pretty old when he was Prime Minister.
Bob Hawke, former Prime Minister. He's dead, though. I don't know. Well,
does it say on Wikipedia, is the former Prime Minister or was the former Prime Minister?
Oh, here we go. Oh, that's last year. Bob Hawke reveals terrible health as he tips Labor to win federal election. But it was December last year. So he could be dead already.
Mm.
If you could just pop off Bobby, that'd be nice.
No, I mean, that bodes well for you.
Well, I mean, see, off topic again. Doris Day died this week, and I thought she was on your list. And Michael,
I thought she was on your list.
Yeah, and Michael was like, I texted him and I'm like, oh, did you have Doris Day on your list? Because I've still got to go through that podcast and actually write down the definitive lists.
Mm.
And so
I don't even remember how we resolved the 6ix9ine issue. But I don't think he's really in the mix
Oh
anymore.
no, he's out of the running.
He ratted on that English dude, I think.
So I don't know. I saw this in a meme, so I don't know how accurate it is, but like there was a bunch of like rappers that got in trouble after his trial started, and after his sentence has been reduced, after his sentences started coming down. So I don't know, but I don't know. I don't listen to mumble rappers.
Man, this chewing is quite loud, isn't it? Can you hear it in your headphones?
Okay. No, I can hear like the background. That's fine. I mean, just chew out of the mic. Oh, stop eating the chips.
Stop eating the chips.
Now, Bill Shorten, at least from what I've seen, it seems as if he's covering too many bases. You know what I mean? Where he's like, for the kids, he's like, yeah, hell yeah, medicinal marijuana.
Mm.
And then like later he's like, oh, okay, the marijuana, let's not talk about that in front of old people.
Mm. Yeah, because like, and then like the kids, he's all like, yeet, handball, and like.
Yeah, but he's actually competent at handball. He's no Kevin Rudd, but he's competent.
Did he actually play?
Yeah, he played it. This was a few years ago. It was Kevin Rudd. And
I hate political. No, I mean I know Kevin Rudd was good at it.
Yeah, Kevin Rudd was he went to state handball.
He went to regionals.
Oh my god! I think we did go through to regionals. He was I love the Pollies playing sport because they're all old. And especially that John Howard one where he's playing cricket with the troops.
Yeah. The better was when he did it in Pakistan.
Wait, what?
He was in India or Pakistan, and then like he visited their cricket team for a photo op, and then for some reason he agreed to bowl I don't even know what you call
bowl
it.
the first ball or something. Like baseball games.
I don't know what, but basically the thing with the balls, it's supposed to bounce once and then go towards the batsman.
It just bounced straight down, didn't it?
It bounced like 20 times. And then just dribbled towards the batsman. It was hilarious.
I mean, all right. A rating of Bill Shorten.
Oh wait, what rating system are we? Are we doing like 1 to 10?
Or just
Doing S A B C D?
No. This is next week. Shh. Spoiler alert.
All right, let's say out of 10.
No. Let's just like a couple of words to sum up. No.
I rate him. It's a no from me. No,
All right, cool. We're idle judges now.
no,
It was just really Master Chef judges. It was just really bland. I didn't like.
It is not you on a plate.
It was not a symphony of flavors in my mouth. Right, out of 10.
Now I'll go underpay my staff at my restaurant. All right,
Out of 10, Bill Shorten.
I'll give him a 6.5
Out of 10?
out of 10.
Actually, let's do it out of 7, so it's weird.
Yeah, good call. I'll give him a 2.5 out of 7.
That is well different to 6.5, but okay.
Bro, yeah.
So
I'll give him a 2 out of 7.
2 out of 7? All right, cool.
I don't know.
All right, next on the
I
list.
mean, I don't like him, but I don't like really many of them.
Look, politicians wise, I'm not down with it, as the kids would say. I don't care. But yeah, okay. So next on the list is the next Prime Minister of Australia, Scott Morrison.
Yeah,
So all we need to do next episode is just clip that and be like, I was right.
Oh, good idea. And I bid a congratulations to the next Prime Minister. I hope he does a great job. And
Yeah.
I'll edit it
You'll
in.
just like clip that. Cool.
The next Prime Minister, Scott Morrison.
The Atlanta Falcons. But yeah, Scott Morrison.
So
I do like his nickname, ScoMo.
ScoMo, yeah. I like his other nickname, the Night Watchman.
Why?
Because he's just sort of like he's watching the country while everyone's gone. He's there.
Oh, okay.
Like he's not like, oh, we really wanted this guy. I think they picked him. The Liberals picked him because they wanted to burn a prime minister just to go for the next election. Because they're like, all right, we're going to lose this next one. Let's just have him. He'll let him think he's done some cool shit, and then when he loses the election, he resigns, and we replace him with someone dynamic and powerful.
Why wouldn't you
But
then
I don't know where they're going to find him or her.
I mean,
Let's be honest, him.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, Julia Bishno.
She's resigned. She's
Oh,
gone.
yeah, that's right. She has, yeah. That's right. A whole bunch of them jumped ship.
Yeah, and then like half the women in their party, which is like 6 people, left after she resigned.
I can't imagine why. Actually, it's probably because they're like, oh, like all the women got together and like, she was the one that was meant to be. I don't want to be prime minister. I'm just here to hang out. Like, I just want to get paid a ton of money. Like, if I'm a woman, they'll put me up. I don't want to be PM. I don't want to do work.
Maybe not the Liberal Party. I don't know. But
Maybe they're trying to be awake.
Not many of their like. No, get work, go broke. No, not many of their like women candidates were actually very like
Good.
interesting.
Oh, yeah, interesting. I'll go with that. I mean, I get that. I don't know. I don't find politicians interesting in general.
No, because they're not really allowed to be interesting because their entire personality is basically what their PR guy allows to be seen in public.
Yeah, I guess. Well, it's all the same. Like for the party, it's all the same guys. Because like this is how I was told. So the Liberal Party's got one social media team that has all their Twitters, everything like that. And
that makes sense why they all
one.
sound the same when they
exactly.
post on Twitter.
And then like that's as far as I'm aware. I could ask one of Katie's cousins because I'm pretty sure he works in the social media area in Canberra. And that's the way to say it, Canberra. not Canberra.
Have you ever heard some of the original names they were thinking of for Canberra?
No.
I got to look that up because that's I don't remember it off the top of my head, but
I mean, sorry. I mean, I don't know. While you look that up, Scott Morrison.
yeah. What do you think?
He's from the Shire, so he instantly loses my vote there because he's just going to be like, Shire families are Australian people. I mean, I get what they are.
Technically are.
No, but
yeah.
like only. It's like the Shire is the only part of Australia that we need to care about. Which it's on the East Coast, so if you just extend the Shire to all the East Coast, yeah, we're done. Like, I don't know. I did like the Scomobile.
Was that his bus?
Yeah, there was his bus with his face on it.
I hate that. Well, don't put your face on the side of a bus.
Well, how do they know what you gotta look like?
Yeah, but does it matter what you look like? Yeah, actually, it does. Never mind.
I mean, didn't we just say that about?
Like, I don't think Australia's ready for a fat prime minister. I got to say,
Did we have one before? No.
never had a had a fat prime minister.
all
We
been
almost
skinny
did when it
dudes.
was Kim Beazley.
Was he up for PM?
Yeah, he ran for PM against Howard and then lost
Well,
miserably.
I can't imagine why.
And he lost despite the fact that, like, Howard's platform was introducing the GST, which was like the least popular thing that ever happened.
Oh, it saved us 2 recessions, but two or one?
See, there was the .com bubble that happened in early 2000s, which was a recession, and then they had, but I don't know if that affected us. I think that was an American thing. Then they had the GFC, which didn't affect us that badly, but we have pretty good banking regulations,
Oh,
so they weren't allowed to do all that crazy like
midget
the
throwing parties?
They do that too, but the subprime lending, where you, you lend to someone who's not likely to pay back.
Oh, okay. And then you can just charge them massive amounts of interest and then repo their stuff.
Yeah, but
Yeah, okay.
because they did that, and then they were counting all the debt they were owed as assets,
Oh,
so it
okay,
made their
yeah.
banks look better, and then suddenly everyone starts defaulting on all these debts.
And then they've got no money.
Suddenly there's no money. They have to.
Well, see,
that
that's
was an absolute.
that's what happens, right? So, all right, YouTube, right? You know, like the big YouTubes like Smosh, like or big, like they were big ages ago. Now they're defunct because of exactly what I'm going to say. Because, so like Smosh, Machinima, they're all not agents. I don't know what they're called. Networks, right?
Mm.
They all got shut down, and the people that ran them now have lost a lot of money because what they were doing was how you get paid from YouTube. It goes, your network gets paid, and then your network gives it to you, right?
Mm.
And so, so the networks were like, look at all this income we're getting. This is a profitable thing. So then, for example, like Viacom and Disney and stuff started buying networks. And then they were like, wait, hang on a sec. This money that's coming in, most of this goes to the people making the stuff. And then they're like, it's actually not that profitable, and dropped it.
Do you want to hear some names for Canberra?
Yeah.
Austral,
That's a suburb.
Eden, like
That's another suburb.
no, Eden, like Garden of
Yeah. That's a suburb out west.
the Garden of Eden.
Yeah. That's where
Okay.
Adam and Eve were like. They went,
Yeah. I got singy.
Damo, mate. Addo, mate.
Hopetown, but spelt Toun.
Hopeton.
Hopetown.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Was it
That's a suburb as well.
Aurora?
What, Aurora with an O?
Yeah. Home. Dampier.
Okay.
Unison.
Okay.
Andy Man.
What is it?
2 words.
Oh,
Pacifica. Myola. Yorola. Flinders. Meh. Wentworth. That's already a suburb.
Yeah, it's already a suburb. So is Flinders.
Gamelin.
Wand of
Nardu.
Gamelon?
Nardu.
Nadu what?
Nardu.
Nadu what?
Who's on first? Anyway. And is my favourite. Fraser Rue.
Okay, guys. All right, look. Yeah. All right. So okay, I'm gonna pull this one out.
Australville.
Look, if say they picked one of these names, so it's like it would be like, can you believe they wanted to call Nadu Canberra? Like, you know what I mean? It's just as stupid.
Excelia. Canapes.
No, it was not canapes.
Oh no, Canopas.
Oh, canapes.
Andy Man, Fraser Rue, except it's an old typewriter, so it looks like Fraser Poo.
See, okay, all right. So
Watchnia. I don't even know what that is.
Watchnia.
Waratah.
Waratah wouldn't have been bad.
Etruria. Kingston.
Yeah, Kingston, man.
Southern Cross. See,
all of these ones I'm hearing. Okay, so Canberra is just Canberra, right?
Yeah, they don't actually know what it means.
You know how there's like nicknames for some cities? Now that I think about it, there are no nicknames for Australian capital cities. But like, I'm just trying to think no,
we call Sydney the Big Leak.
Oh yeah, that's like right.
Sorry, the Big Parsnip. Arcadia. What a wank.
Arcadia or Arcadia?
Arcadia.
AR?
Yeah, like the ancient city.
Well, okay, but like a lot of these have like now that I'm trying to think of a nickname for a suburb. Like Bankstown, we call it Buzztown, right?
Mm-hmm.
There's like Canberra. It's like Cairns, mate. No, Cairns is a city in North Queensland. But like, you see what I'm saying? There's like all of these have like mad nicknames. It's like, I'm going to pop over to Cadia.
Oh, how about Townsville?
That's a good name for it.
2 words.
Town or a ville.
2 words, both of which mean town.
Wasn't ville come from villa?
Or village.
Oh.
Maybe. I don't know. Hey, what's another politician?
What's another politician, I hear you ask? Do you want a fun one or a boring one?
Just whatever the next one is.
Malcolm Turnbull. I'll let you pick which one he is.
See, I thought he would be fun, but he was boring. He was so boring. It's never been a more exciting time to be an Australian. You remember that?
Yeah.
And then he said that all the time. Agile. He kept saying agile all the time. He was like, I have a government that is agile. It is modern. It has one woman in it.
So, I don't know if this was... So, you know the TV show Veep?
Yep.
I don't know if it's Malcolm Turnbull or the next one on the list.
It was Turnbull, yeah.
Oh, you know what I'm getting at?
Yeah, he stole the slogan from...
Veep.
Elaine from Seinfeld's character in Veep.
Oh, yeah, it is her, hey.
Yeah.
Elaine went real far.
Yeah. I had such a crush on Elaine.
I didn't. Really never watched Seinfeld. I thought it was Seinfeld growing up.
Yeah. Yeah, actually, I did too.
Well, I don't know what the slogan was, but yeah, they stole a slogan from... Sorry, what was that? I can't hear you.
Continuity without change or something like that?
No. Guys, come on.
Oh, no, continuity with change.
I mean...
Because he was trying to...
yeah.
He was trying to be like... he was
awake.
He was cashing in on Tony Abbott, who was actually kind of popular. At least...
Yeah, with his own party.
Well, he won the election. Like, by a landslide.
Well, yeah, but like, he...
I get what you mean, though.
Look... He was our George Bush. Because actually, no, right. Well, I mean, he's next on the list. So
I mean, but George Bush.
yeah, George Bush. He was a Prime Minister of Australia.
Oh yeah,
No, our version of George Bush was on Tone
yeah,
Doggers.
yeah. Except George Bush never got photographed in a speedo like 10 times.
Yeah, he didn't like doing triathlons.
The worst though was the bike shorts because they gave a much more detailed image of his
Long.
stimulus package.
Okay. Now that I think about it, what was Turnbull known for? Malcolm Turnbull.
He was known for not being Tony Abbott.
Well, I mean, a lot of people are known for that. I'm known for that.
Really? Anyway,
I haven't been Tony Abbott in years.
Okay, what am I thinking? So, okay, he botched the NBN, but I think Tony made him botch the NBN so it would kill his popularity.
Oh, the equal marriage vote.
Oh yeah,
Mail survey, whatever it was.
the postal survey. Yeah.
Postal survey. Yeah, that was so stupid.
Yeah, so he did that. He was sort of known as being, well, he was very rich, like before he was in politics, which is more trustworthy to me than someone who becomes rich after they're in politics.
Yeah, I think he might have been one of those ones that was already rich, so he donated his prime minister salary.
I don't know about that. I know Clive Palmer donated his MP salary.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Was he the one that shat himself in a Macca's bathroom? No, that was Scott.
Scott Morrison shat himself in a Macca's bathroom in Engadine.
The 1992 NRL Grand Final, shat himself in a Macca's bathroom. I mean,
that makes me want to vote for him though.
I mean,
because it's relatable. Which I've never shit my.
You shat yourself when you shit yourself in a Macca's bathroom.
You know, I've only shit my pants once, but I was vomiting at the same time.
I don't even actually think I've shat my pants. Ever.
I had norovirus, and I had to run to the bathroom in the middle of the night, and I was throwing up. And you know how sort of like
It's
when
like 3 steps.
No. Let me. I was throwing up in the toilet, right?
Oh right.
I threw up in the toilet, and then you know how when you're throwing up, like your other sphincters sort of loosen up a bit.
Yeah.
And I happened to have diarrhea.
Oh okay, yeah.
And I was like, I couldn't. I hesitated because I wasn't sure whether I'd vomit into the sink and then shit in the toilet. And I like turned around and I was like, and then I just shit my pants, and then I vomited in the bathtub.
I mean, I don't think I've shit myself. I'm trying to think of the last time if I've shit my. Okay, 1 as an adult, 2 as a teenager, or 3 as a young child. And I can only remember as a young child. And I was actually in America. We were at Disney World in Orlando. And
Did you get eaten by an alligator?
yeah, I was being eaten by an alligator while that's what made me shit myself because I died and my sphincter loosened. So I shat myself.
Your what loosened?
Sphincter.
That sounds German. I like it.
Isn't it just, how do you say it?
Sphincter. Exactly like that.
There's an F in there.
Mm-hmm. Speaking of sphincters,
Yeah.
I just remembered the other thing Malcolm Turnbull was known for. He was one of the Republicans. The Australian version of Republicans who want to like break away from the British Crown, and we become our own officially our own government, even though we pretty much already are our own government.
See, okay, that's the thing. Being a republic, which I don't care for, but there is one thing that I care for that we would lose. It's a public holiday. And I mean, they'd probably just replace it with Republic's Day. But
yeah, that's true. And there's isn't there 2? Like there's the Queen's actual birthday, and then there's just the Queen's birthday holiday, isn't there 2?
But we only get a public holiday for 1.
Ah, right. Damn.
And I guess, well, I mean, a Federation Day is January 1st, which
Yeah,
is a
which is
cop-out.
already a public holiday anyway.
So quite honestly, we should get the second to compensate.
Or
Actually, that would work well for because there's the whole political debate of change the date of Australia Day.
you make it 2nd January.
Yeah, make it the 2nd of January. There you go. I fixed it.
Well,
You get 2 days off to start the year, not just one.
yeah.
Wait, why is New Year's Day a public holiday?
Because it's New Year's Day and everyone's hungover.
Yeah, I was going to say it's just because everyone gets hammered.
Yeah. And because it's just, I don't know. Don't ask me.
That's the okay. If I was gonna be a politician, I would be the change the date party, because that would get a whole bunch of hippie votes and a whole bunch of young people votes, and then I'd make it 2nd of January, because then you'd get, because like there are people, everyone else is like, oh no, don't change the date, whatever, it's a fine, the date's fine, I don't care. Then they'd be like, whoa, 2 days off in a row, you got my vote. Yeah.
And what you could do as well is you keep January 26th as a public holiday, but you make it like a Remembrance Day or something like that.
Yeah, you're gonna go to.
So you get an extra public holiday.
There we go. We could call it Sorry Day.
That's already a thing,
Oh,
but it's not a public holiday.
that was bullshit.
No, that's when
Oh, Kevin
that's when,
Rudd was like,
yeah, when Kevin said
"Hey, I'm sorry for that thing that happened 100 years ago."
Mm.
And I mean, it's not really my place to say sorry, but at this point, well, no,
because the government actually did
no,
stuff.
that's what I'm saying. But like, he himself, it's like whatever. But then like the government themselves as a whole should have been like, "Hey, Aboriginals, we're sorry."
But I don't think they could have like actually it would have been funny though if they got they like just exhumed William Gorton's corpse, just propped him up in the House of Reps, just like and did like a Weekend at Bernie's thing where he says sorry.
I'm sorry. Or like they should have done. You know how when there's like I haven't seen it recently, and the only one I've recently seen was the end of Bruno, where they get all the celebrities to come together and sing a song.
Mm.
They should have done that, but with politicians.
We are the world.
Yeah, exactly like that. Yeah. Like they should have done that. What's wrong with that?
That's even worse than watching politicians play sport. Is watching politicians sing.
Yeah, but like, as long as there's enough people there, they all just meld into one, and the good picks up the bad.
Yeah,
the
but
bad takes down the good, so they're in the middle.
That's actually how just their general competence at everything works.
Yeah, well, they have one.
They're just
good.
all mediocre.
And the ones that seem good are brought down
average.
by the bad ones.
Mm.
And then the bad ones are brought up by the good ones.
Mm. Who's the next go? Oh, wait, we didn't give a rating for either of the last two.
Oh,
Out of
ScoMo.
7. Oh, ScoMo he's a 2.5 out of 7. Malcolm is a 3.5 out of 7.
Oh, wow, 50%.
Mm.
Is that 50%? Yeah, it's 50%. All right. Next on the list, I assume you can guess because I said it like 3 times, is Old Mate Tony.
Tony, yeah, Game of Tones. What do I think about Tony? He said a lot.
Look, he was an onion-eating, Speedo-wearing.
He had the onion the wrong. Like people eat onions, that's fine, but he ate it like an apple. That was weird.
Yeah, I know,
That's
right?
slightly perverted, I think.
And he ate it with like the brown, like it was a brown onion.
Yeah,
So it had
the
the
skin
skin
on
on. And he's like, oh, look, if you're listening, if anyone's listening, look up the video, Tony Abbott eating an onion. It is, wasn't he the one as well that ate like a sausage, like he had a sausage on a piece of bread and he ate it like.
That was Bill Shorten.
Okay.
But
so
that's a strategic move.
Yeah, so it doesn't make him look like not like he's eating a dick.
Yeah, because people could Photoshop. Yeah, that's every politician has to do that, especially the female politicians. They have to eat hamburgers, but no hot dogs unless they eat them sideways.
Yeah. Corn dogs. I had a corn dog for the first time the other day.
They're not. I don't rate them.
No, they're not good. Like, it was at the Easter show, and like, they're like, "Oh, do you want some tomato sauce on it or ketchup?" And I'm like, "Yeah, right." And literally, there's this buck. It was like a big corn dog. It was like, I don't know, like a foot long corn dog or something. And she's like, "Do you want tomato sauce on?" I'm like, "Yeah, right." And she just dips the whole thing in a bucket and pulls
What?
it out. And I'm like, "Whoa, not that much."
Because you don't. If there's too much tomato sauce, you actually feel it between your teeth. It's gross.
No. Because what I thought she was going to do was give me like a little squeezy pack of tomato sauce so I could. It's like a
Yeah, you can adjust it yourself.
yeah, like when you're eating like a sausage roll or something, you just like squirt a bit on bite, squirt a bit on bite, right? And it's like I'm like, okay, cool, but like she didn't put it in all the way, so like I was halfway done, and I'm like, I've got no tomato sauce left.
You know, it's worth pointing out the last three guys that we just mentioned.
Liberals.
Not only that, all of them were
Axed.
prime minister at one point. Because we can just
Oh,
switch
yeah.
it out at any time.
Yeah, we can. I mean, sorry. See, the one of the American guys at work, he was like, "Look, at least the U.S. may not have the best leader at the moment, but at least he's there to stay." And I'm like, "Yeah." And we had a government, like Australia had a government shutdown once, right? Everyone that was in the government shutdown lost their jobs, and then and then they rehired new politicians.
And some of the same old ones.
Oh, really?
Are you talking about Gough Whitlam?
No. Maybe? I thought it was like in the 60s.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, they like couldn't pass it, and then the Governor General just went and dissolved Parliament.
oh. See, yeah, and then like government shutdown.
Incidentally, the CIA was involved in that.
What? Shutting down the government?
Well, yeah, back then.
Oh.
Because it was we had a left-wing government. Like a more
Wait,
left-wing
the
than
American
usual,
CIA was involved with our government shutdown.
supposedly.
Oh.
And that
The
Rupert
hell?
Murdoch guy.
We're like a country town.
Yeah, but we're a Western country.
Yeah, but that's like saying like, yeah, man, we need heaps of growth in Jamison Town. Actually, they do. That's out near Penrith. I don't know. What's a town really far out of nowhere? Bundaberg. Like, you know, like, yeah.
And Tony always talked about the boats.
Yeah, that was a big old. I haven't heard much about boats recently.
Well, let's get Tony stopped them.
Oh. Well,
I mean, he actually did.
that solves that, I guess.
It was like, anyway, that's a whole kettle of fish.
Yeah, I mean, look, we had that problem for like 20 years. 'Cause I remember there was a hot thing with John Howard and
Yeah, there was people smart. I mean, I'm 90% sure. I know with all the like boat smugglers, I'm certain some of them are like human traffickers.
that's the whole thing of people smuggling. They're human traffickers. It's just two different
No,
words.
but I mean like slave traders,
oh,
human traffickers.
yeah. I mean, look, it wouldn't surprise me. Like, okay, you're like, oh, human slavery doesn't exist anymore. Well,
There's more slaves now than ever.
well, okay, it's not even that. And it's like, well, that whole saying comes from like, oh, there's in Asia and parts of Africa, Middle East, stuff like that. But Sacha Baron Cohen, I think I said this before on the podcast. He was in Las Vegas and, as a joke, rang an escort line and said he wanted a little boy. And on the other end, they were like, "Oh, look, we can do that for you, but it's going to take a bit of like a lot of money, and it's going to take a while to find one."
To find one, yeah, that's not ominous.
Yeah, and I was like, And I don't know, that was on like that was probably a Reddit thing. But I don't know, I saw that and I read the article and I'm like, no, I don't know. People do shady shit.
Mm.
All right.
So Tony Abbott, I give him a 1.5
Ooh, 1.5
out of 7.
Out of 7. I mean, yeah. All right. Look, Tony Abbott, he was our George Bush. He just said stupid stuff. Like, he literally said, I think a woman's place is in the house.
At home doing the ironing.
That's
is
it.
what he said. While he was doing ironing,
Yeah.
I think.
I don't know. Look, just look up Tony Abbott gaffes. I can guarantee there's at least several compilation videos of it.
Or how about that one time he just stopped talking?
What do you mean?
Like they were asking him. So he was talking to some like SAS soldiers about their comrade who just got shot and killed, and he said shit happens. And he didn't actually. The way he didn't mean it like that. Like you could actually tell if you watch the video of him saying it, you could actually tell.
Yeah.
But they sort of built a whole thing around it, and this journalist asked him, "Tony, how is that appropriate?" or something like that. And then Tony just sort of stares at him silently, and then he goes, "Tony, you're not saying anything."
Oh, mate.
And then he goes, "I've given you the response you deserve."
Jeez. Well, that time there was like, so he was on the radio and there's his grandma that's like, oh, to make ends meet, I have to work as a sex worker. And then he like looks at the presenter
Right.
and he's like, gives him a wink. Oh,
Well, he thought it, in fairness, he thought it was radio. He probably didn't think he was being filmed.
okay, that's a good point. But like, man,
And then he lick his lips as well.
oh, did he? I don't know. I just remember.
But I mean, like people, he was like, not like, but like,
Beryl, call me back later.
She worked on a sex line.
That's it. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. He's just. We should have prepared with just like a list of dumb stuff he said. Did he do any sport?
Yeah, he was. He did the Ironman marathon. and
Oh,
stuff.
but no, did he like
And he
fail
was a-
at
He was
like?
a fireman.
Yeah, I'm sure he was. Did he like fail at like cricket or like John Howard or like?
Oh, like he didn't do well at cricket, but he wasn't like terrible.
It's less than funny.
Yeah.
All right, 1 out of 10. All right, we got room for probably one more. Do you want a fun one?
Let's do a couple. We got time. I think.
All right, we'll go till the bell that tells us that we're done rings.
Is
The doorbell for.
Oh, yeah,
'cause he's coming
yeah.
around. All right. So next one. This is
Oh my god, he's turning into Parramatta Road. How does that even happen?
turning into Parramatta Road now. Okay, next one we've got is Labor. It's Kevin Rudd.
I really liked him originally,
Yeah.
and then it became apparent to me that he's kind of a psycho,
Oh, 100%.
and not like I'm not talking about like policies. His policies were just sort of standard stuff. It was just more like he had a real big ego on him, and he was just like really, really nasty to the people around him, and he just had this whole. I got the sense looking at him that there was some serious something bubbling beneath the surface,
Oh, 100%.
and like at any time he'd just like suddenly like slap Julia Gillard or something.
I mean, he did. Okay. He looked like the Milky Bar Kid. Or
It was
Mr.
uncanny.
Mr. Sheen. From the Mr. Sheen polishing line. I don't know if that's an American thing as well.
Not Mr. Clean.
No, Mr. Sheen. Not Charlie
Oh
Sheen.
no, wait, Mr. Clean is different. Yeah.
Mr. Sheen. I'll show you Mr. Sheen. No, but like, he had a, you know how they're like boxers and like stuff like that. It's like his first fight after coming out of retirement.
Oh yeah,
He
yeah.
had 100% that because he got axed by his party and then replaced by Julia Gillard, and then he came back and then contested it against her, and then lost. But
And then did it again
did he
and
do it?
won.
See, Mr. Sheen.
Oh my God.
It's like a polishing wood product.
No, so he.
I made a masturbatory joke there off camera.
I noticed.
Off mic.
No, so Kevin was like, yeah, the election was like not too far away, and they were polling really badly.
Yeah,
and everyone got scared for their jobs because they lose their jobs if the prime minister's unpopular. Usually, the prime minister will still keep their seat because it's rare for them to lose a seat.
Oh.
And yeah, they lose their seat in Parliament. And what's his face?
Charlie
Basically, they saw that Kevin was popular and he knew how to sort of play the media and all that. And they ate his shit up. And he came along and he was like, hey, do you want to keep your seat? And then, of course, they actually lost in a landslide. It was like the serious tactical error.
Oh, 100%.
So, yeah, we actually had a revolving door for a little while.
Well, that's the thing. It's like politics in Australia is, because there's one of two parties. It's how unpopular can Liberal make themselves? Like, how terribly can they do it?
Mm.
But then again, then you'd be like, oh, then Labor must be really good at it, like good at winning elections. But they're not. They're also incredibly. They ruined. They screw it up. Labor screws everything up, and Liberal doesn't. So they're like, but they're just as bad. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's like. And it's funny because Labor often goes for the positions that theoretically should be more popular.
Yeah.
And then they discover, oh, wait, half of Australians are actually just only care about boats.
Well, yeah, that's the whole thing as well. It's like it's like almost like Facebook for me is almost like an echo chamber because it's like Labor. But then Labor don't get in, and then I'm always shocked, and I'm like, oh, wait, Facebook is an echo chamber. Because, like, I mean...
yeah, I eventually just started, like, ignoring any political post.
I only really use Facebook now for events.
Memes?
No, memes I go to Reddit. Because I like memes, but I like themed memes, so shit posts. So...
Right.
Like CompuGlobal HyperMegaNet. That's probably the only thing I go on Facebook.
That one got too political.
Sometimes it's funny.
Sometimes, but like most of the time, it's just, hey, I hate Donald Trump. Give me personality points.
The Australian one's not like that. There's the US one, which usually is.
Oh, even the Australian one's like that.
Oh yeah, but I can't remember what it is, but it's like there's a Matchbox 21 where it's like. Sorry, mate, I'll ask Mason, I'll show it to you. But no, that's all I go on Facebook for is events and Messenger. But then again, that's a separate app, so you don't need to go into Facebook anymore. And then Simpsons memes. But then, like, if I'm looking at other memes, I'm like, well, D&D memes are funny. SpongeBob memes are funny. Like,
Or Spangbab.
Spangle Bob. Or Sponga, or whatever it is. But yeah, it's like that. I don't go on Facebook for memes. Because the one, Katie tagged you in a meme today. Or me, you, and a couple other guys in a meme today. And I was like...
And we'd already seen that.
Yeah, and I was like, I sent that to you, like, yesterday or the day before.
That's Spangbab.
Spangbab. I mean... But yeah, okay. Who are we talking about? Kevin Rudd.
Kevin Rudd. Yeah, I'll give him 2 out of 10.
2 out of 10?
7. 2 out of 7.
So 2 out of 7. So is he Australia's next Prime Minister?
Is he even still alive?
I mean,
Oh no, wait! I saw it. He was playing handball.
we would
a while ago.
have. Yeah, he's playing professional handball now. We would have heard if he died,
Mm.
and I would have claimed he was on my list. You just missed that part.
Mm.
I mean, if it was this year. I mean, like Kevin Rudd. Have you? All right. So, there's a funny meme with Kevin Rudd that went around a bit. You know the bit of Hitler in Valkyrie where he's speaking German because a lot of Valkyrie is in German, but it's subtitled, and then someone's taken the subtitles off.
Downfall.
Sure, it's Downfall.
Yep.
That was Valkyrie. And they've taken the subtitles off and they've replaced them, and so it's like it's all in German, but it's subtitled differently.
Yeah.
Yeah. There was a bit of Kevin Rudd because Kevin Rudd speaks fluent Chinese, and there was a thing of Kevin Rudd like that, but he was just saying they just subtitled it terribly.
Like him giving the speeches in Chinese.
Yeah, and they've just subtitled it to something else, not
What are they, like pork wonton, number 73.
sweet and sour pork, dim sim family for family of 4, mixed entree. I just think it's weird how Chinese restaurants use the word entree, which is a French word. I mean, it's more of
It is weird.
Like, don't you think they'd use a Chinese word for entree?
But isn't it weird that we used to have fireworks in this country and that's a Chinese word?
Firework is not a Chinese word.
I mean, fireworks are Chinese.
Yeah, they are Chinese, but like, I don't know. Dude, what I'm trying to get at here is white people nations would have adapted them first, and then they would have called them fireworks. Because Australia's only been here for like 30 seconds on a scale of the world.
Yeah.
Like,
we should build like an Australian pyramid in the middle of the desert, just for but make it look old, just to mess with people.
You know, I mean, you could 100% do that because there was a big thing recently where tourists from non-English speaking countries were getting taken for a ride in more than one sense of the word, and basically they'd book a tour of Australia or like the Gold Coast or whatever in China, and so it'd be a Chinese company that do it, and then the Chinese company would only take them to Chinese shops, so that basically they're spending the Chinese money in Australia going back to China. Right? So you could totally do that. Just market it like it's some ancient, I mean, we sort of already have it at Uluru, but
oh, we need to start telling people that we built Uluru.
Aliens built Uluru. But yeah, no, like 100%, yeah, just build a big pyramid out in the middle of nowhere, and if you build it, they will come.
Yeah, because people just like pyramids for some reason. I don't understand.
We should have an Australian Sphinx. Or is that getting too Egyptian?
Yeah, no, just make it a Tasmanian tiger instead of a cat.
Put in Tasmania.
And instead of like a Pharaoh's head, it's got Russell Crowe's head.
Isn't he? Is he one of the Kiwis that we just took?
Oh yeah, okay. Hugh Jackman's head.
There we go.
The official king of Australia.
And we'll call it the Sphinxerine. The Sphinx.
And we'll give it like the big Wolverine claws out the front.
Yeah,
as
it's
well.
like sitting there, it's got like sing. Oh man. I mean that. Yeah, I think we should, because as long as you market it, Australians will know, and maybe other people will know, but people from stupid countries won't. I'm not going to go into a list of stupid countries.
Yeah, don't do it. But that's true, because that's one of our favorite things is messing with foreigners. Because we do like we do things where we say, oh, Leah, watch out for those
Drop S?
No, that's real, man. I don't know what you're talking about.
Hoop snakes.
Hoop snakes. Or
Hoop snakes the fake one.
Yeah, hoop snakes are fake, and the what's the other one? Echidnas.
Yeah,
Like,
echidnas.
what do you? Come on, you think there's a little rat thing that lays eggs and
What,
it
you
has
think-
spikes?
Like, okay, sure. People are like, oh, but hedgehogs. Yeah, hedgehogs.
They don't
aren't-
lay eggs.
Yeah, they're not that spiky.
Mm.
The way that echidnas are portrayed in media, it's like Knuckles the echidna.
No, he's real.
They're not- that's
That's the only real echidna.
No, like he's a mythical being. It's like Big the cat. Cats don't exist.
That's true.
It's actually a that leads into next week's thing.
Mm,
We'll get there, don't worry.
yeah,
But yeah, no, it's
Big the Cat's a very underrated Sonic character.
I gotta actually have to for next week. I have to look up Sonic character names.
There's going to be some obscure ones.
I mean,
Anyway.
look. I don't know what's next week. I don't know. But yeah, what we got is look. Echidna's unreal. If someone tries to tell you an echidna's real, don't believe it.
But platypus, platypi,
Platypus, a
they are 100%
beaver with
on the
poisonous
level.
beaver with a duck bill that lays eggs.
100% on the
100%
level.
real.
And you might be thinking, well, if the platypus lays eggs, why doesn't the echidna lay eggs? And then you're not understanding what I'm getting at here is echidnas. We made that up. I'm coming clean.
Yeah, we're coming clean on
There was
behalf of
never
Australia.
there was never any echidnas.
Look, Knuckles, the joke, like, okay, so once Sega came out with Knuckles the Echidna, we just had to go with it because we didn't want to embarrass them, thinking they based Knuckles the Echidna on they don't even, echidnas?
Sega paid me. Don't know. The Australian government paid me to go out into the bush and spray paint. So I got some bilbies and I stuck some grass. You know when you dry out a grass blade and it gets really
I would just
hard.
said like wood, like chips.
wood chips.
Sharp wood chips.
Yeah, so I stuck some sharp things onto some bilbies and I spray painted them red.
Yeah, Knuckles the Echidna.
And then I took a photo and then they sent that to Sega to stop the Japanese economy from crashing. Because as everybody knows, what the Nikkei 225 does is what the S&P ASX 500 does.
I mean, they could have been a Sonic-based economy.
That's actually, and we'll go into this in a couple of weeks when we talk about economics, but that's actually what the entire world runs on. And this is why there's a crash coming.
That's
Because
why
of that movie.
they keep making Sonic games when they shouldn't.
Yeah.
Because there hasn't been a good Sonic game.
No,
It's okay, like Generations was pretty. good.
Generations was the last good one.
I think that was the first good one.
Oh, it was the first good one in a while.
I don't know. Like the 2D one is cool until
Generations
you
was
get
good. Sonic Mania was good.
to like,
It was the remake of a bunch of 2D ones, but they made new levels, and it was
oh.
and some.
Wait, was that the one where you can make your own Sonic OC?
No, but it came out at the same time. Sonic Forces, and that was the worst. That was peak autism.
Yeah,
'Cause
Which was
OCs.
there's a really one there was one that was released. It was recent and it was Sonic Boom. There was a
The TV
bug
show was funny though.
I never watched it. There was a bug that if you jumped as Knuckles and paused, the pause would reset your jump.
Oh, you could keep.
So you
jumping.
could
Yeah.
you could jump out of levels and stuff.
No, and I think they put that in the TV show as well. But they also made Knuckles just completely retarded. Can I say that?
Yeah, you can say I don't care.
Yeah, he was like
No one's listening.
So like there was a scene where like he's reading a piece of he's reading a letter. And he's like, Oh wait, I can't read.
All right. Who is that politician we were just talking about? Knuckles the Echidna. Knuckles the Echidna out of 10.
7 out of 7.
7 out of 7.
Yeah,
I'd go 7 out of 7 too.
yeah, and he's yeah. What else? That's basically it. Yeah, and I think that was the bell.
That's the bell. All right.
All right. Next week we'll talk about Zambian politicians.
Zambian politicians. I mean,
I'm not going to do that. That's really.
I can throw one together
it's
for
going to
it,
be aggressively racist if I try and make up an African name on the spot.
as opposed to passively racist
Yeah.
or actively racist. What about vaguely racist? I mean, we're usually vaguely racist.
Everybody's vaguely racist. It's just that like some people get away with it.
Mm, mm. All right. So, quick one. Go follow us on social media. It's down below. Or look it up on your phone. Just Google us. We say this every week.
Mhm.
Next week, we've got a special thing for you. We're going live. I'll put a thing up on Facebook closer to the time, probably about 4, 5, 6 o'clock ish. We're going to be doing something with an audio-visual presentation.
And let's just say that it will be unlike Johnson and Johnson's baby shampoo.
What, we're going to...
No more tears.
It's always...
So it'll be unlike no...
Always less tears?
Yes. No. Let's just say there may be tears.
Yes, less tears. Yes, more. Less, yes, less tears. Well, why are people going to be crying? I've got something really, really good planned, and you're just gonna like shit all over